technical expertise with a vision for long-term environmental and social impacts. His flight aboard New Shepard represents a lifelong dream to see the world from space. And today on the radio, Adonis will be going by the call sign Zorba.
In seat number 5, we have Jason Stansell, a self-proclaimed space nerd rooted in West Texas. Jason has watched the space industry expand to offer commercial spaceflight opportunities from his own backyard. With a degree in computer science from Tulane University, he has channeled his enthusiasm for creativity, passion for adventure, and love of science and physics into scuba diving, driving cars, riding motorcycles, flying planes, and of course, studying rocketry. Jason is looking to inspire healthy skepticism and promote science education through his experience. He is also dedicating his flight to his brother Kevin, who passed away in 2016 to a hard-fought battle with brain cancer. Jason will be going by the call sign today, Payload.
In seat number 6, Joey Hyde, a physicist and quantitative investor. Joey recently retired from his career at a leading hedge fund, and he lives in Florida now with his wife and 5 children. His grandparents ignited his fascination with space when they brought him to see the 1988 launch of Space Shuttle Atlantis, which sparked a lifelong curiosity in human spaceflight and exploration, leading him to earning a PhD in astrophysics. Joey sees his flight today with Blue Origin as a continuation of his commitment to advancing science and inspiring future generations of explorers. Fun fact, his spouse, Elaine Hyde, flew on NS-30 just a few flights ago. And I'm sure his kids will enjoy hearing his special call sign today, which is Snoopy. And I want to say to astronaut Snoopy today, happy birthday. What a great day to fly to space for astronaut Snoopy.
That's
Joey Hyde.
An amazing birthday present.
Now let's chat about the mission patch that they're wearing on their flight suit today.
Yes, so the NS-37 mission patch pays homage to the crew in Blue's vision. So here we have a couple of the symbols embedded. The DNA symbolizes the importance of impact of science to Neil Milch. We also have the hippo, which represents Mihi's favorite animal, her plush hippo, which comforted her in the hospital after her accident, and it will join her to space. We also have the tennis ball, which symbolizes another one of Mihi's competitive passions. Adonis is represented by a baobab tree, which is iconic to South Africa.
You're also going to see a spiral galaxy there symbolizing Joey Hyde's astrophysics research, and there's a dog bone shape, and the K, which is in memory of Jason Stansell's brother, as well as a representation of the Satellite of Love from their favorite Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is actually also one of my favorite science fiction shows, MST3K. And the shards represent Blue's commitment to breaking down the barriers of accessing space, including cost, nationality, and ability.
So one thing we want to focus on is how New Shepard has been designed with accessibility first mindset. And we have the distinct pleasure of flying Mihi today. But Mihi isn't the first and won't be the last individual that we fly with a disability.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of those points about how we've been able to accomplish setting up people to accomplish their dreams with New Shepard because of all the improvements that we've been able to make since we started the program. So since 2023, our crew member 7 team out there in West Texas has been hosting special astronaut training workshops. Now, this is something they've been working on with our business resource group, New Hawking. And for those who don't know, New Hawking supports our Blue Origin teammates with disabilities. They're also doing great work to build acceptance and create better accommodations for people with disabilities, whether they're joining Blue or whether they're going through training or just in their everyday work. Crew member 7 also hosted one workshop with Astro Access, a project dedicated to promoting disability inclusion in human space exploration by paving the way for disabled astronauts. In fact, Blue Origin was nominated this year at the Global Space Awards for the Partnership of the Year award with Astro Access.
Well, during these workshops, the crew was able to work with as well as learn from individuals who are deaf and hard of hearing, low vision and blind, and those who are living with limited mobility. So yeah, taking what we've learned from those workshops, New Shepard has successfully flown the oldest man and oldest woman in space, as well as multiple individuals over 90 years old, and even individuals who identify as blind, hard of hearing, and even some with limited mobility.
Yeah, some of the changes that we've made include improving the harnesses to make them easier to work with for individuals with limited mobility or limb differences, and We've shown this on past launches as well. This is kind of a recent change. We've also have now an elevator at the tower, which helps our astronauts avoid having to climb that 70 feet of stairs that they used to have to climb. I've climbed them before. It's no small feat there. So yeah, a lot of great improvements for accessibility. Based on our commitment and work to enable more people to fly on New Shepard, NS-37 needed no alterations to the vehicle today for launch, where we are going to watch Mihi, the first wheelchair user ever to cross the Kármán line. And that's because from inception, the very beginning of the New Shepard program, the baseline design of New Shepard's crew capsule had accessibility right there at the forefront.
And one thing we saw in ingress and to look out for during egress, which we were able to see in part of this video, Mihi will use transfer boards that create a bridge from her chair outside the capsule to her seat.
Ground.
Go.
And for those of you curious, in an emergency egress situation, her crew mates will assist her.
Engineering.
So here at Blue, we're always working to improve ways of accommodating people.
We'll go.
Now, is that are we hearing the go pole? It sounds like we have
Controllers, drop UHF void.
We have just heard the go pole that was in the background, and New Shepard is go for launch.
All right. So let's go New Shepard. Today's crew is an exciting one. Includes Joey Hyde, Hans Koenigsmann, Neil Milch, Adonis Parolis, Jason Stansel, and disability advocate Mihi Benthouse, who will make history today as the first wheelchair user to go to space.
I think there was not like this one moment where I realized that my dream of going to space is not over. I was like a very sporty person, so I did like a lot of mountain biking, snowboarding, I did parkour where you jump about walls and this kind of stuff. Obviously, life changed a lot after my accident, and I think the biggest impact, of course, is using the wheelchair and everything which comes with the spinal cord injury. And I really figured out how inaccessible our world still is and how sometimes socially excluding a wheelchair can be, even though nobody is like actively excluding you, right?
She has an inspiring part, yeah? Many people respond to her, and she does things that you don't expect her doing, right? And so they're fascinated by that, and I kind of feel the same way. She is, I think, an explorer, adventurer, yeah? And the wheelchair does not really stop her from doing that.
Yeah, so I met Hans the first time online, on LinkedIn. Yeah, I just asked him, like, you know, you worked for so long for SpaceX. Do you think that people like me can be astronauts? And then he reached out to Blue Origin and told me about, like, oh, Blue actually is very excited about it. And I was like, okay, I have my doubts on it, but let's see. But thankfully, it turned out we can do it. So Hans and me ending up flying as a team.
I think it was about a year ago when we first did our workshop with Hans and Michi on site. We made some prototype hardware, and then we tested out the prototype hardware, and we figured out a lot of things that didn't work and a few things that did work, and really refined and practiced those. We have their business resource groups here at Blue Origin, like New Hawking, and organizations like Astra Access have been great to come in and do workshops with us and figure out what's possible and wasn't possible. On the vehicle side, we didn't have to change anything to allow Michi to fly to space. We did implement a few things on the ground side, so some ground support equipment to allow her to both ingress and egress out of the capsule. And so a lot of our work was focused on upgrading the experience in Astronaut Village, things in our training center, and then some of the ground support equipment to get her both into the capsule and then back out of the capsule.
So yeah, I feel like a little bit the responsibility of being the first wheelchair user is also to point back on Earth. Of course, if we want to be an inclusive society, we should be inclusive in every part and not only in the parts we like to be. For the future of accessible spaceflight, I really hope it's like speeding up. You know, it's like in its very early days right now, so I think we're making like a very first thing here with Blue Origin.
So Michi basically inspired me to do this, yeah? And it's her drive that kind of convinced me I should do that too, and to just experience something that I've seen from the outside for a long time.
This is exciting work because this is what New Shepard was designed to do, to increase the access to space so all different kinds of people can have that experience of seeing our Earth from space.
It was so good to be able to I got to meet the astronauts just a few days ago as I was down in Texas before our last launch attempt. And yeah, Mihi's story is an incredible one. It's really cool to be able to see how, even though she had that accident that happened, she still is very resilient and she still pursues all these adventures and great life activities. She's an inspiring person.
I am so excited to hear from her after launch. And we are about T-minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds from New Shepard's 9th mission this year and 37th mission overall. And every crew has a special crew name, and this crew has named themselves Out of the Blue. Out of the Blue,
yeah, because this crew felt their moment to fly came both out of the blue, and this rocket literally flies out of the blue. Did you know that New Shepard has flown to date 80 individuals above the Kármán line? That's 11% of all the people who've ever gone to space have flown on New Shepard. After today's mission, the total number of people flown on New Shepard will be 92. And it's actually 86 individuals that have flown because 6 of those individuals so far have come back to fly for round 2.
And 6 flying twice, that's because New Shepard offers astronauts a life-changing shift in perspective. We are now operating 2 human-rated vehicles to better meet customer demand. And of course, safety is our highest value. We've built redundancy into every safety system.
In every New Shepard flight, it's based on this fully reusable rocket design. Its engine is fueled also by highly efficient combination of liquid oxygen and hydrogen. So during flight, the only byproduct is water vapor with no carbon emissions.
It's a pretty incredible vehicle that systems have flown 36 times, and today will make number 37.
All right, we are at just about over T-minus 3 minutes to launch, and the NS-37 crew is just minutes now away from launch. This crew includes Joey, Hans, Neil, Adonis, Jason, and Mihi, who will make history today as the first wheelchair user to cross the Kármán line. As New Shepard awaits liftoff now, we're approaching a series of final vehicle checks. These are automatic checks that happen as part of the auto sequence. Let's tune into the rocket now and watch as those things happen.
Auto sequence start. Pressing propellant tanks to flight pressures. Retracting the sunshade and capsule access bridge. Transitioned to onboard hydraulic pumps.
All right, you're hearing some of those mission control call-outs going on there as we go through the big check moments. Claire, I think this is something, now you've been on console before. You could tell us a little bit about this
Executing aft fin, built-in test.
You can see right there, we are doing our aft fin bit or a
vehicle is now on internal power.
Built-in check. They said the vehicle's on internal power, so we're switching to internal systems. And so we are just checking out the vehicle to make sure everything is ready to go.
We've got our great drone operators down there in West Texas giving us some aerial footage today. I love these shots. These are really special. And you saw while you were talking there,
are at flight pressures.
You saw the fins at the base of the rocket moving back and forth, and they were getting us ready to fly.
Well, we are just
switched on onboard helium.
Just under T-minus 30 seconds. We're going to toss it back over to the rocket, and let's go New Shepard and the crew out of the blue.
Thrust termination system is armed. program. 30 seconds into flight.
Now you can note the speed and altitude graphics there at the bottom of your screen.
7,000 feet and climbing.
And the chart at the left is tracking the main milestones that we're going to see during the flight.
Beginning throttle down for Q limiting. Engine response looks good.
All right, it looks like we've passed
Max Q.
There you hear on the radio there, the max Q has passed. That's the point at which the aerodynamic pressures on the vehicle are
Mach
at
1,
their max.
vehicle is supersonic.
All right.
And you can just see the glow of the engine there. And
Engine
there
back up to full
There's the
throttle.
onboard.
the onboard camera looking down at West Texas.
Chamber pressure looks good. Passing 70,000 feet.
All right, we're approaching 100,000 feet here. The next milestone that we're looking here for is main engine cutoff, or MECO. And that's the moment at which our astronauts are going to start feeling the
Astronauts
effects
experiencing max ascent Gs.
of microgravity.
Begin throttle down, standby MECO. MECO confirmed.
There's the main engine cutoff.
Standby separation.
And it's a very clear day in West Texas, which is why our long-range cameras there on the ground on the left side of the screen, you're seeing the clear shot of the booster. There's
Separation confirmed.
Amazing. And this is the point at which the astronauts are going to hear that call from their Capcom, telling them they can start to unbuckle and enjoy those moments to float around the capsule. And I can't imagine what's going through Mihi's head right now.
Hey guys. Emily, I love you. Grandpa's in space. Hey guys. Oh my goodness. High five. High five. High five. High five.
They sound happy in there, which is really good.
I'm so excited for them.
Look at this. We're in space. Oh my God.
Passing the Kármán line.
And there they are. They've crossed into space. Now, both the booster and the capsule are both ascending now. The vehicles are separated, and now they're just both coasting up into their apogee point, and they're going to reach apogee about the same time, and then begin their journey back to Earth.
No problem.
You can hear the voices of the astronauts right now as they are floating around the capsule.
Capsule has reached apogee.
Oh my God. Congratulations.
4 minutes, 15 seconds into flight.
An amazing day to fly to space for these 6
Booster
astronauts.
descending past 340,000 feet.
Now, the booster is more aerodynamically shaped than the capsule is, so it's going to win the race back to the
Capsule
ground.
body
So
rates
the
look good.
chart on the left side of the screen that you see there is tracking the booster. The chart on the right side is tracking the capsule's descent. And so that booster is going to
1
first
minute
touch
warning.
down just a
1
couple minutes
minute
before the
warning.
capsule does. And you hear there the 1 minute warning came from Capcom. They're talking to the astronauts in the capsule, giving them that 1 minute warning to return to their
Booster
seats.
descending nominally.
And one thing I love is that you can see this booster coming down to West Texas.
Astronauts returning to seats.
The astronauts returning to their seats, and the booster will actually land about 2 miles north from the launch pad.
That's the onboard, we call it the tunnel down view of the booster as it's descending back to Earth. You'll notice the clouds moving from left to right there. The booster, as it's ascending, rolls a little bit. It sort of tosses the crew capsule
Capsule
up
has
into
reached
space
the atmospheric
and gives
Pierce
the
point.
capsule ability to spin and get lots of different views of Earth as it's floating.
Confirmed booster forward fin deploy.
As you heard, we have deployed the forward fins, and that is because we need these surfaces to help steer the vehicle back to the landing pad.
Astronauts are experiencing max Gs.
All right, the astronauts are now back in their seats. They are also descending back to Earth as well.
Coming up here soon, we'll have my favorite part. I'm biased because it's the engine, but we will get to see the engine reignite.
Booster drag brakes deployed. Approach an engine restart.
All right, there's the drag brakes, and you're going to see the velocity of the dropping of the booster here really cut down. It's below 500 miles an hour now.
That was the song. Boom.
And you can see the relay
Engine
happening right
restart.
there.
Landing legs deployed. Booster descent nominal.
Booster touchdown.
Booster touchdown.
All
Welcome
right.
home, New Shepard booster.
There it is. Every time I get to see these booster landings, this is a miracle of engineering. And
Starting booster auto-safing.
It's a treat to be able to see it. If you ever get a chance to see it in
Capsule
Texas,
descending nominally
it's
past
incredible.
20,000 feet.
This is reusable.
Standby drogues.
So the show is not over because we have the capsule, and on your screen you can see that the capsule is descending with the altitude decreasing there.
You should be able to, yep, there's the crew capsule. Now we're going to look for the drogue deployment. There it is. Looks like we've got 3 good drogues. Now, these are the
drogue deployment confirmed.
Are the initial drogue parachutes that pull out the main parachutes just a few seconds later. There's 3 good main parachutes have been deployed.
Capsule main parachute deployment confirmed.
There we are. 3 reefed parachutes. Always
Confirmed.
really good to see
Capsule mains
this.
look good.
Amazing. So these astronauts have gone to space. They have unbuckled. They have enjoyed a few
Capsule
moments
landing
of
zone is
floating
within
around the
expected
capsule.
range limits.
And here they are, looking out the window, seeing Earth.
Capsule descending nominally past 1,700 feet.
That is a great shot. We are just under 1,500 feet from the capsule landing.
Oh my. What's the pepper? Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, yeah. There it is, yeah.
Now the parachutes, they're essential for providing a gentle touchdown for the capsule, and it also has a retro thrust system on the base of the
TDS
capsule,
enabled.
which is going to make the final touchdown even smoother for those astronauts. Under 1,000 feet here. That retro thrust system fires
Approaching
just
retro
moments,
thrust fire.
moments before touchdown to slow the capsule down to just a few miles an hour. It kicks up a tremendous cloud of dust there in the desert, but rest assured the astronauts today will enjoy a nice, soft touchdown. Again, great work by our drone team in West Texas today.
Capsule touchdown.
Touchdown.
Auto safing start. Welcome home, NS-37.
Our astronauts have landed and they have touched down back in West Texas.
Welcome home, crew of NS-37, the 37th mission to space for New Shepard.
Status check.
It's always great to see the easy touchdown for a New Shepard crew capsule. Now, at this point, our crew capsule recovery team is going to be driving out in a convoy to meet those astronauts. They're going to safe the capsule. They're going to get ready to open that hatch, which is, at that point, we're going to be able to see those astronauts emerging from the crew capsule and get ready to hear some of the first words they're going to say about their experience. So it's quite amazing to see. The landing zone, as I understand it today, is just a little bit east of our launch pad. You can see in the little window there, that's the crew capsule recovery team. They're live right now. They are driving that road out. You can see, it looks to me like the launch tower is right in front of them. I think they're going to take a right at some point at the tower area and head towards the east, just a little ways where the crew capsule is going to be waiting for them. Now, our drone operators are able to get out there first. Obviously, the crew capsule descends on its own based on weather conditions, basically. And so we know it's always going to land in our predicted spots. We've got a great weather team that does some simulations, and they can tell us exactly where it's going to land. So the crew capsule recovery team has a good operation to go and find that capsule as quickly as they can. Well, so hey, while we wait to egress, let's chat a little bit about our nonprofit Club for the Future.
Yeah, there is a tradition we have here on New Shepard, and just like we've done on past missions, today's crew made their own postcards to fly to space.
Oh, there they are. There's Hans with the postcard that he drew. And yeah, this is the tradition that we do. There's Mihi's postcard. She's drawn a rocket as well. I know it's her lifelong dream to go to space, and she just got to do that just today,
Incredible.
right in front of our eyes. That's amazing. There's Neil. So yeah, this tradition of drawing postcards. This is something that we do. It's an activity that we've been doing since 2019. We've been asking people around the world, children, students, as well as parents and teachers, and pretty much anyone who's a child at heart to be able to participate. Giving access to space on New Shepard is something that we think is just, so unique. And the fact that we can recover the crew capsule just moments after it's been in space out here in the desert means we can fly cool little payloads like this. This is what we'd categorize as a passive payload. There's scientific payloads, but of course this is a passive payload. So we wanted to open the doors of access to space, and even if people aren't able to fly on New Shepard themselves right away, we wanted even children and students around the world to be able to participate in space flight by sending something to space that gets stamped, flown in space. So that's what the postcard program is all about. But that's not all. Club for the Future is also sending postcards to space and back on New Shepard from space enthusiasts and partners today. On today's mission, we're carrying over 20,000 postcards to space, each one of them featuring a vision for the future, a message of peace, or a dream written and drawn by students and communities around the world.
And we are proud to fly postcards from some of our incredible partners. Just like on the screen, we have one is Uniqlo with their Peace for All project. Physical and digital postcards were collected from their stores around the world, expressing wishes for world peace.
There's also Arm & Hammer, another great partner of ours. They run a baking soda rocket day every year, and this includes posters from students at PS 127 Aerospace School, at Herrera Elementary, and at Paul Robeson Elementary. And Give Kids the World Village with postcards collected from students with critical illnesses and their families who visited this nonprofit resort.
And we've also partnered with Space Center Houston, the Space Gal, U.S. Space Rocket Center, and Kennedy Space Complex Visitors Complex. These messages represent dreams and creativity and visions for our future.
Yes, now, of course, anyone can do this. And of course, there's also our new digital postcard drawing tool that allows anybody to send their own art to space. You can go online, you can go to draw.clubforthefuture.org, draw your picture, write your message, send it to space digitally. and you can participate that way as well. And all this is because Club has a mission to inspire and mobilize future generations to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, all for the benefit of Earth. Check it out.
When I was in high school, I was working to build a rocket for a target altitude competition.
My mom took me to a observatory opening, and I got to see the rings of Saturn through a telescope.
Growing up, I was just not very good at doing school. I wasn't really good at doing homework.
There was a teacher at my school, Mr. Cullen, and we spent hours together after school. I would be building a rocket in the back of his class, and that was incredible for me.
I had a chemistry teacher who also taught astronomy, sparked that interest in me. She went outside the lines of what I believed a science person should be.
It helped jumpstart a passion where I am now a propulsion engineer launching rockets.
If a teacher like that could help a student like me and pull me to this career, it just makes me think, what can I do to help inspire the next generation?
And that was life-changing for me.
And that's what Club for the Future is really all about.
At Club for the Future, our mission is clear: to inspire and mobilize future generations to pursue careers in STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and all for the benefit of Earth.
We're here to create meaningful experiences that spark curiosity and ignite passion.
We're teaming up with educators to make learning an adventure by creating space-based lessons for K-12 students.
If we want to see millions of people living and working in space, space should look like all the populations of Earth.
Our goal is to make learning about space more accessible for all. So we've joined with others to reach underrepresented students and underserved communities.
But it's not just about what happens in your classroom. As Blue Origin's Club ambassadors, we're here to share our expertise and inspire students through speaking opportunities, events, and mentorship.
Also, with our Postcards to Space program, kids can connect with the vastness of space and the future of our planet.
Draw your vision of the future or write any message you want on a postcard and we'll launch it to space and back on a New Shepard rocket.
Your postcard will be stamped, flown to space, and returned to you as a unique keepsake.
So let's go. Let's dream big, reach high, and build a future where the possibilities, they're as endless as the stars.
Club for the Future is such a great way to ensure that the great work that we do at Blue Origin continues for future generations. It's so important that we inspire young people to get ready to join the workforce, not only here at Blue, but in all kinds of future STEAM careers. That's science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math, so that they can build on top of the great work that we're doing today.
And Jeff has said it's this generation's job to build through to space so that future generations can unleash their creativity. And Joel, every Blue employee is also an ambassador for Club for the Future. So we all get to be involved in outreach to the schools and communities where we live. So yeah, we're all very actively invested in that idea.
All right, getting back to the mission at hand today, you can see that the crew capsule recovery team is out there. They are in their convoy. They've arrived at the crew capsule, and some of the activities you see. So they're laying out, this is a special thing today. You can kind of see that they have laid out a special kind of little mat there for the wheelchair access. That is not a normal thing that we've done before, but it's an accommodation that we've made to be able to fly Mihi to space. Again, we didn't make any modifications on the vehicle or the core operations of the program today. It was really just a few ground system improvements that we had to make, and it looks like they're going well right there. So safing, we talk about safing the capsule. So they got to get out there and safe the capsule. Claire, tell us, what does that mean, safing the capsule?
Well, they are going out there to lay the GSE or the ground equipment that is needed before the door is opened for their crew. Of course, they go around, and because we have the big windows, as you can see there, you can see the crew.
Oh.
I think they're moving inside,
yeah,
and so
view.
they're all checked out before they open the doors as well. And besides the crew, they also have their loved ones out there that I'm sure they're going to give them such a big hug.
Yeah, they're part of the astronaut guest convoy. And if I were there, I would be just ready to jump in and attack my family member with hugs and hear from them firsthand what it was like. So that's our photographer, Felix, is out there. He's getting good pictures of the astronauts through the windows before they get ready to egress the capsule. Now, at its core, Blue Origin is a human spaceflight company. We talked about this. New Shepard has paved the way for access to space and continues to do so with safety at the forefront.
Let's check out how all the systems on New Shepard work together to keep our crew safe on their journey to the Kármán line and back.
Safety is foundational to everything that we do at Blue Origin. And this isn't just about the rocket itself, it's about the training, it's about every piece that the astronauts experience when they're with us.
We have a simple rule on New Shepard, and that is that everything involved with the safety of our astronauts has redundancy. That no matter what happens, that there's a backup.
Thank you, Jeff and Blue Origin. You are extraordinary professionals. On to orbital missions, the moon, and certainly Mars. To my team at Laundry Lux, always be bold! There we go. All right. Thank you.
Okay, Joe.
Thank you, everybody. That's fantastic. Happy birthday! Yes, sir! Hey! Thank you.
I love all the excitement.
They're pausing to get their pictures taken, which is
Thank you. Thank you.
a piece of memorabilia for themselves as they exit the capsule here and get their picture taken. All right, so next, I think should be Mihi is going to exit next, and so you'll see now the special accommodations that they're going to do here. They've got this bench system that they've modified in order to help Mihi out of the capsule.
And you can just see on the screen all the hugs that the astronauts are giving their loved ones, their fellow crewmates, and also our crew member Sevens.
Okay, so here is
Hans is stepping out of the vehicle.
Yeah, so Hans inside the capsule, he basically had a job to do, which was to get Mihi positioned so that she could exit the capsule. And then he comes out, and Mihi will be next.
Got really quiet outside.
This is incredible. I love hearing the crowd there cheering her on from the ground there at West Texas.
And we have our CM7 Sarah Knight and Jake Mills.
They're going to lift Mihi down into the wheelchair, and she has completed her journey to space and back, safely back home on Earth.
Look at that big smile.
Oh, the joy that she must have right now. So cool. So we're going to hear now from the astronauts here in a second. So what's going to happen is Jake Mills, our crew member 7, is going to catch up with a few of the astronauts. And here we go. Oh, look at that moment.
Missy, congratulations.
Thank you.
Childhood dream just came true. How do you feel?
It was the coolest experience ever, honestly.
How did it feel to be unconstrained by gravity?
It's super nice. I tried to turn upside down, you know. And actually, the leg thing you did worked quite well.
All right, good to hear.
But also, I didn't only laugh like the view and the microgravity phase, but I also laughed all the going up. That was so cool, like to feel every stage of going up.
Yeah, awesome. You told me after your accident that you thought this dream of going to space was no longer possible. You just showed the world that it is possible. What would you say to folks that?
Stop you.
Yeah. What would you say to folks that have given up on a dream because they thought it was impossible?
I think you should never give up on your dreams, right? But I mean, there's also sometimes just a low probability that it comes true. And I just got very lucky, and I'm very grateful that Blue and Hans and everyone said yes to this journey.
Yes. So. We're grateful for you too. Congratulations. Yes. Okay. Felix.
All right. We just got to hear from Mihi, and now I believe.
Hans, you have seen hundreds of launches.
Yes.
Most of them from Mission Control.
Yes.
You had a little different perspective on this one.
True. Yeah.
How did it go?
First I'm sitting in, it's pretty intense. It's pretty forceful, maybe is the right word. And then suddenly everything turns off and everything flows. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. And then the, I guess the Earth and the atmosphere is awesome, but the black background is actually more intense than I thought.
Just the blackness of space.
Just blackness, yeah. Just like, I mean, you don't see it from here, right?
Yeah.
And they suddenly see it. So it's amazing.
Was there anything unexpected?
There was a screw flying around. I caught it, but no. No, I mean, I didn't expect it to be that intense.
Forever the
honestly.
jokester.
I didn't expect it to be that intense, to be honest. I mean, it was more intense than I thought.
After seeing these many launches, it was even
I did get the movements are slower. Yeah. They're slower, but they're more forceful than I thought. They're more lateral loads than just like a little jolt or so. It's like slower. Yeah. And then Miko is pretty good. Just move suddenly. And then,
What did weightlessness feel like?
Yes, like suddenly everything's gone. I mean, it's just like you. It's more. I've done that before, so it helped a little bit, but it's still unexpected to be suddenly like it goes from 3 to 0, right?
Yeah.
So that was a little bit strange, I would say. Yeah. No, it was awesome.
Congratulations.
That's really great.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's worked on rockets his entire life. Finally got to experience what a trip to space on a rocket would be like.
Could never have done this without Astronaut 7, really. That's what pulls a crew together.
Thank you. Thank you. Neil, you adopted the saying, in omnia paratus.
Exactly. Ready for
anything.
Right.
I know for your training you were physically ready.
Yeah.
But were you prepared to look down upon Earth from space?
So that is absolutely the one thing to a very profound degree, you can never prepare for that scale and that perspective to see the Earth in space. And I think it gives you a profound sense also of responsibility to convey this to others, just how fragile that thin blue line is that protects us from the void of space, and we need to take care of it. But it is the most remarkable experience. And again, Blue Origin is an extraordinarily professional organization.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Incredible.
What do I got next?
What an amazing day for all of our astronauts. We are, our crew member 7, Jake Mills, there is going to continue talking to the other astronauts, and we will continue to release little clips of that, those interviews, and hear their words as they continue to egress and celebrate with their families. So, yeah, incredible day for all of us. Oh, here's one more. We got the birthday boy.
Absolutely amazing. The kinetic forces were intense, so that part was really a thrill.
Yes, from an astrophysicist perspective, how did it go?
It was incredible. You know, from main engine cutoff, going to 0G. That took me a minute for my brain and everything to calibrate. It felt like the world was rotating, even though it wasn't. Yeah. But then after that minute, got settled in, and we all high-fived with the rest of the crew and said hi to each other. Zorba and I played catch.
I was going to say, you had a science experiment going on where you were going to throw the ball and see if you rotated.
We were looking for Coriolis effects. I think may not have traveled the distance needed to notice that.
Always the scientist. Yeah. Good. Anything else you want to add about this experience?
Oh, just really the main thing I want to add is thank you to you personally.
Thank
you.
To
all of Blue Origin. You can't understand what it feels like to be here. There are thousands of people here today, thousands of people supporting this mission, and many who have worked for many years so hard to do this. And I'm just so grateful myself and my crewmates and my family get to experience this. It's just absolutely astounding, and thanks for showing up to my birthday party.
Yeah. This is a first for us. We saying it's Joey's birthday today, and this was the first ever happy birthday song in the capsule before launch today. So.
I won't forget that for the rest of my life.
Thank you for being here. We couldn't do it without you.
Incredible day for all of us, for these 6 astronauts. Happy birthday to astronaut Snoopy, Joey Hyde, as well as Hans Koenigsmann, Neil Milch, Adonis Peroulis, Jason Stansel, and Mihi Benthaus, who is now the first wheelchair user to have ever crossed that Kármán line to go to space. It was an honor to fly this crew to space. If you would like to join and follow the pioneering footsteps of these astronauts and purchase a seat to space, scan that QR code that you see on the screen, visit blueorigin.com, click Fly to Space, and your journey beyond the Kármán line is closer than you think.
And if you'd like to purchase a mission patch to commemorate today's launch, head to the Blue Origin shop for patches and much more. Here's that patch again for today's flight, which is what the astronauts wore on their flight suits.
My name is Joel Eby, and for Claire Luce and for more than the 10,000 employees here at Blue Origin, thank you all for joining us. Until our very next launch, Gradatum Ferociter.